You're now tuned in to the latest, the newest, hottest show on YouTube. I got a story to tell. Hosted by your boy, OG Sonny Blanco. Fire interviews, worldly topics, and much more. Stay tuned. OG Sonny Blanco. I got a story to tell. You heard?
Good people. You are now tuned in. OG Sonny Blanco, I got a story to tell, you heard? But yo, right now I'm gonna talk to my brother Harlem Legend TV. Shout it out. Matter of fact, this was a conversation that came up real quick on the 050 The Movement platform. Shout out China Brim, El Campo, Harlem Legend, Wax, you know what I mean? Yola Brim, Platinum Shine, you know what I mean? The whole crew, Rockstar Little Man, Pharaoh, you know what I mean? The whole crew, everybody, Tavon, everybody, Dog Sock Sag, everybody. But yo, the question arose, does music influence? And I called out my G Harlem Legend, no beef, that's my bro right there. I called out my G Harlem Legend because he was kind of he wasn't on the fence. He was just under the impression, nah, music not what got these youngins going crazy. It's not music at all. All right, well, let's jump into that. Does life imitate art, or does art imitate life? Or is it a 50-50 of both? I'm under the impression it's a 50-50 of both. But I am under the impression that what you hear, what you continuously put in your eardrums and circulate through your brain and all that, it affects you, right? So let's go back. Rock and roll, right? All the white boys back in the 80s, they all had the long hair with the tight pants on. And it wasn't just the white boys that was on TV or on stage doing the rock and roll. Every white boy was walking around looking like that. You know what I mean? What they called it, the misogynist days and all that. You know what I mean? Looking like Prince and Michael Jackson and all of that. Music, art, and influences. People dress like that, look like that, they walk like that, right? But since we black, not saying that just black people just listen to hip hop, but I know Harlem Legend here, hip hop head. So let's just deal with hip hop, right? Listen, what made you want to dance like that? It was the music. What made you talk like that? What made you start saying yo or B-boy or any of that fly shit back in the day? It was the music, right? What made you talk a certain way? The slang and all of that. It was the music, right? Along with the city and the environment, but the music had the biggest part because it's what you constantly heard. Now, let's get into the brain frequencies and all of that, right? I know a lot of people don't like to go that route. Even on the panel, someone was like, yo, they go get into the brain waves and all of that, right? But let's get into the frequency for real. Let me tell you how music influences and how you could watch every generation, and then how you could see how the big boys in the industry did it on purpose, which you already noticed though. But yo, let's go 88, 87, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90s and all of that, right? Matter of fact, not even after. Let's go Cold Crush and Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5 and all of that, right? Most of those guys was college educated. Damn near all of them finished high school, went to high school. They either went to a JUCO somewhere, Bronx Community College or some shit like that. You know what I mean? But they furthered their education. Most of them had a 9 to 5 on the side and all that, right? So when they was talking, what was they talking about? The type of shit they was talking about, right? Let's go Rakim, Big Daddy Kane era. What did you hear? You heard the lessons. You heard God Body this and God Body that. You know what I mean? You heard KRS-One talking about stop the violence and all of that, right? Most of those cats was college educated. They definitely had a diploma. Or they went to If they didn't finish school, they went to a 2-year university, got an associates. If they didn't get an associates, they at least went a year, got a few semesters in or something, right? With that being said, look at the lyrics and what was being talked about. It was about the betterment. Remember Chuck D, Fight the Power and all of that? It was about uplifting yourself, right? And it was about the knowledge of self era. They brought the knowledge of self era to us, right? Without some of the music, we wouldn't know about the gods and the earths. We wouldn't be walking around talking about peace, God. You know what I mean? It was the music that may have sparked it, and then you wouldn't have found out about it, right? Then everybody was on a different wave back then, right? Queen Latifah, Diggable Planets, De La Soul, Jungle Brothers. It was a different wave back then because it was a different set of people that was presenting the music. You understand what I'm saying? It was a different set of people that was presenting the music. Everybody wasn't on gangster time back then. 9 times out of 10, it was cool to be a backpacker back then. And you ain't have no problems because everybody was on their backpack shit. You know what I mean? Even the gangsters start flipping it up and getting on their backpack shit, right? That was the knowledge of self era, right? Then after that came the era when you start having your homies who got locked up. Now they coming home from the Bing and all of that. They getting deals, or they jumping into the entourage and all of that. So what we started talking about? They home now. They don't want to go back to the streets, but they still talking about the streets, influencing everybody. Jay had niggas wanting to go get it. Jay had niggas wanting to have 100 birds on State Street and all of that, right? It's the music. G-Rap had you on you bet not. Ill Street Blues type shit. It was the music. I know certain people popped in certain cassettes because we back in the day, cassettes. Or either CDs. They popped that certain joints in for the mood. Just for the mood. Oh, you going to hit Sun Up, you throw this in. Oh, you going to see Shorty, you throw this in. Music definitely influences, son. Now, this era. Oh, back up. J era and all of that. Had you want the hustle. You know what I mean? Who else was getting money? AZ and all that. The Firm and all that. They had you want the hustle. Fat Joe, Don Cartagena. It was the hustle days in the 90s. Even Puffy with the glitter and the glitz and all of that. He still had you want to get your hustle on. He just took it to a different level with it is. You know what I mean? You had your street hustler level. You have cats rapping about that. Then you had your big boy hustlers. You had people rapping about that. It made you want to go get that money, right? Then we come around to the G-Unit Dipset era, right? Everybody want to be Damoed out now. Everybody want to be gang now, right? Different era. Now what they started talking about. Start talking about the B-gang and all of that. Start wearing red heavy and all of that. Everybody on the streets had their little wallet with the little chain. Red bandana on. You know how many flags I snatched? Hey, yo, what that red be like? Son looking like, let me get that. But they was watching Jimmy and Lil Wayne and all of them do it, right? Music influences, homie. Now you in the drill era. Drill. Just drill everything down. My son and my daughter live in the Bronx. My son was just telling me, yo, it's spooky. All that shit that happened was a couple blocks away from him. I tell my son yo, stay inside, nigga. I don't give unless you're going to see a chick or something or going to do your music, stay inside, homie. I don't want to get a call. You got hit up on some bullshit. Just walking down the street. Right? Music influences, bro. Everybody drilling. Everybody drilling. Right? And what come with drilling? Laying something down. That's why Brooklyn landed down heavy. That's why the Bronx landed down heavy. That's why Chicago landed down heavy. Even in the UK, with the UK drill scene, they stabbing up and shooting everything up out there. It's the music. and influences, homie. When they on their murder, when they got their murder one pulled down, and they going on a murder game, what you think they throwing in? Luther Vandross? Teddy Pendergrass? Chris Brown and some shit? Nah, homie. They throwing in that thing that's going get them there, B. Music definitely influences, my man. And it's by design. That's the fucked up part about it. The youngins thinking they getting the bag off of it, right? But they not understanding if everybody that's not in the industry that's talking about this drill shit, they leading them niggas straight to the G war. Free labor and all of that. They trying to get rid of you anyway. It's all a master plan, bruh. And music, the arts, television, everything is involved in that master plan, my G. That's a whole fact. We can't deny that, legend. We can't deny that, legend. That's my word. We can't deny that, B. Music influences, my man. Just watch the eras. Go back to when everybody was God body. Or your artists was God body or Earths, or they was pro-black or militant. Therefore, it led to almost a whole population being that way. You know what I mean? Common sense and all of that. You know what I mean? Music influences, bruh. Then the gang era jumped in. I mean, the dope boy era jumped in. Everybody wanted to be the dope boy. From Jay down to Master P, the Cash Money. Everybody was the big dope boy, right? Then the gang shit jumped off heavy. Besides Cali, because Cali been on their gang shit heavy. The home of gang shit is ran by Crips. And most of their biggest stars was Crips. Or Crip affiliated. It's the music, bruh. Dipset had everybody blooding out. Cats asking, yo, can I be blood? What you mean, can you be blood? That go against the rules anyway. You ain't supposed to ask, can you be blood? Damu's supposed to see it in you. And be like, yo, let me bring you home. Damu came to you, let me bring you home. Now, the music had cats, I want to be blood. Blood me in. Half of them became the dun-to-duns, because they doing it just because of the music, bruh. It's all a cycle, my man. Half these youngins locked up right now, they locked up for a few things. They was all pilled out, perked out, or Vikinging out, or whatever, out. They was all linked out, right? Who they listening to that? Who taught them about lean? Music. Texas. Huh? Heavy. Biggest lean influences. Hands down. Even though niggas in Philly was getting down and all of that. But biggest leaders was Texas. Everybody want to hit the lean. Why? Because they hear the music. Niggas talking about the lean. Now you all doped up. You all linked up. Son step on your sneakers, you kill him dead. When normally you'd be like, oh, pardon. If he said, excuse me, or pardon, it was no problem. Or if anything, you might knuckle up with son or whatever. Now you done shot son dead because he stepped on your sneakers because you all peeled out and linked out and you listening to drill this and drill that. I got nothing against the music. I got nothing against feeding your family and all of that. I'm just keeping it all the way tall. This shit is designed, Playboy. If you don't see it, hopefully this might help you see it. But remember, just go back to the eras, bro. And what everybody was on. And why they was on to that. It was the music. It was the hottest thing. It was the fad. It was the trend. That's a big fact, homie. Hey, y'all. Shout it out. 050, the movement. Shout it out. Harlem Legend. El Compa. Jamil Saladin. Wax. Platinum Shine. Rockstar Little Man. You know what I mean? Yola Brim. Everybody, the whole nine, Dark Side Sag, Tavon Miller, you know what I mean? R. Revere, everybody who support. You dig? Sonny Blanco, I got a story to tell. Salute.
You're now tuned in to the latest, the newest, hottest show on YouTube. I got a story to tell. Hosted by your boy, OG Sonny Blanco. Fire interviews, worldly topics, and much more. Stay tuned. OG Sonny Blanco. I got a story to tell. You heard?